Yo, what is up, YouTube? Maxboy Lifts here. Sorry it's been a minute since the last video, but today we got the R7 out here. It is raining outside. I was planning to take it to like a location for this video, but the garage will do. The sound quality might not be the best either because of the rain, but today we're going to be going over first mods, what you should do, and how to take care of a bike when you first get one. It could be from dealer, or you say you bought a used bike, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to go over tips and tricks, how to make sure you keep your bike running and you stay safe on it. So let's say you picked up your first bike, stock everything on it. The first thing I'd recommend is an exhaust. Right here, I got an SC Project exhaust. It's way louder, and the thing you want to exhaust for is to be heard around the streets, because you're riding around with a stock exhaust. First of all, it just doesn't sound good, and second of all, people aren't going to hear you coming. So that's why an aftermarket exhaust is probably a great option. I'm going to go ahead and do a little start for y'all at the end of this video with this exhaust. Give it a couple revs too, and you guys can see how that sounds. So this one right here is the SC Project CRT1 exhaust. This one is a full exhaust, which means it goes all the way up to the headers. So you got titanium pipes all the way through. It sounds amazing, super loud, track use only, but cops don't really care too much. And what you could do is get a full exhaust system like this, which is on the higher end of price. But if you're on a budget with your first bike, what I'd recommend is a slip-on exhaust. You could find a slip-on on Amazon, eBay, or even if you want to get a used exhaust for around $200 to $500. Now, the second thing I'd recommend, especially if you're picking up a used bike, is to make sure everything's good. So if you need to, I'd get the bike serviced. If you find your local shop that works on your type of bike, I would take it there. But if you know what you're doing, I just check all the fluids, check the brakes, make sure everything's good. I'm not too smart on it. That's why I take mine to the shop to get serviced. And they just take care of everything there. You want to make sure the tires are good. Yeah, I've done all the installs myself. So the exhaust myself, clutch and brake levers, mirrors, tie detail. But you really could do it all on your own. If you want to get your bike serviced, I'd recommend taking it to the shop. They make sure the chain's good, tire pressure's good, make sure you don't need a new tire. My tires are still kind of good. I only have about 3,000 miles on this bike, not even. They make sure that your clutch lever's tight, your brake levers are tight, all your fluids are filled, and they really just make sure there's nothing wrong with the bike. Make sure all the bolts are tight, and it only takes a couple hours, so I'd recommend doing that, especially if you're picking up a used bike. Another thing you want to make sure to do is get the right gear. So a lot of people you'll see squid around. I mean, you see it in a couple of my videos when I'm riding to the gym. I'm probably just wearing a hoodie and a pair of sweats. But if you look at some of my other posts, I'm wearing full gear. That's pants, shoes. I have a chest and back plate vest that I wear underneath my jacket, helmet, gloves. I mean, if you're really going to squid around, at least have a helmet and gloves. That's the number one thing you want, but jacket and pants are definitely recommended. I mean, even if you're not going on a crazy ride and you're taking it chill yourself, half the time it's the other person. I got hit. I was on the way to the gym just wearing a shirt and pants, left a pretty big scar. Got scared, didn't want to ride for a while, but went ahead, picked this up a year later, so this is my second starter bike. If you can't afford gear, you can always go on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or even they have some secondhand used shops for bike gear. In some places, I know they have one out here in San Francisco. That's where I got my pants and my boots at, but I got new helmet, which is something you really want to do. Don't ever buy a used helmet. You don't know what happened to it. So another wear gear right here. It's my boy Cody. Wasn't wearing gear, but he got pretty lucky. Just a little rod in the arm. Nothing crazy. Been there, done that. So probably the last tip, the only one I could really think of at the moment, is knowing your limit. Don't start off on 1,000 cc. I mean, you'll see some kids in like TikTok comment section say, oh, I started on 1,000, I'm fine. That's a rare chance, and they probably did go down at one point. But honestly, the highest bike I'd recommend starting off is a 600 cc. I got this bike as my second starter because I had a 400 before and I hadn't ridden for another year. So this is my second starter bike. It's a little bigger. People that hate on the R7 have never ridden an R7 or know what it's like to ride an R7. These things, I mean, they're not top end powerful. You're only hitting 145, but low end, you're popping wheelies, super fun, great bikes for cornering. But yeah, know your own limit. Don't show off, especially if you're in a group ride. Don't try to cut in front of people. Just take it chill. If people are leaving you behind, just stay behind. Don't be forced to move forward. And peer pressure, just don't feel peer pressured by anyone. Just stay inside your limit. I'd recommend, even if you do have a course around you, to take the certification course. It's a 2-day course. If you're under, I think, 21, you have to take it anyway to get your permit. So it's definitely something I recommend. I did it twice because I had to, because my first permit expired, so I had to do it again. But honestly, not a bad course. Pretty fun if you take a buddy with you. 2-day thing, nothing crazy. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys a cold start right here, and then that'll wrap up the video. So yeah, here's my bike for the last time, Yamaha R7. I'm gonna go ahead and go over a couple mods that I got on it, wrap it up. I got the Rizoma mirrors on here, ASV clutch and brake levers. That's what the dash looks like. I think this one has just a little over 2,500 miles on it. My next service is at 4,000 miles. That's also something I recommend, is staying on top of your services. And then we have the SC Project, of course. And we have the aftermarket plate delete by New Rage. I love this one. Highly recommend it. Let's go ahead and get a startup. I'm going to go ahead and take off the mic here. Make sure we're neutral. So yeah, that basically wraps it up. 2023 Yamaha R7. If you like these tips and tricks, go ahead, let me know in the comments. If you want a part 2, I'll do more research, and I'll probably remember some things. This video I just kind of shot out of the blue. But yeah, so make sure you drop a sub, drop a like. I'm gonna start posting more. I'm gonna post bike content, of course, lifting content, some vlogs, mobile detailing content, of course, too. Not a lot of people know about that, so yeah. See y'all next time.